Here we have a project with 3 tasks. We prepare a Gantt chart for lean and just-in-time production, and it should be expandable. So we begin with the ID, which is sequence, count A of the tasks. So one column starting from 1, incremented by 1. So we have our task IDs. And our predecessor. So data validation over the range of the ID and save. So here we have our predecessors selector. And say we have a maximum of 5 men per task. So data validation, list of items. We can hire a maximum of 5 men. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our maximum. So you can choose how many men per task, but the maximum is 5. And there are 3 shifts in a day. So data validation, list of items. There are 3 shifts in a day. So we can decide per task how many shifts we can allow, but the maximum is 3 shifts because it's a 24-hour one day. Now we can calculate for the number of days. So it is equal to array formula. The man hours divided by 8 times the number of shifts times the number of men. Okay? So if you fix this error, if if the man hours is empty, and it is empty. Let's begin with one hour, 1 man per shift, and 1 man working for every shift. So these are the number of days to complete for a given man hours. Next, we calculate the end day. So array formula, the start day plus the end days. Enter. And we have to fix this. So if you can say A2 to A10 is empty, then it's empty. Now we can enter the start date, which is equal to array formula, or ifs. We don't use array formula. Ifs. If predecessor equals empty, then it's empty. If the predecessor equals the ID, then 0. If the predecessor again is greater than 0, then index of the end date, and it will be B3, the predecessor, and we'll lock this reference since we're dragging this formula downward to the entire column. So we now have the formula for the start date. Let's say predecessor 1 is the first task, so it precedes itself. So it begins at day 0. Predecessor or the task 2 follows task 1. So its start day is the end day of the first task. And start 3 follows task 2. So the starting day of task 3 is the end day of task 2. Now we can chart this. So we insert chart. We insert the bar chart. The bar chart looks like this. And we'll correct this. So we change the color to white. And we change this to duration. Change this to duration. And let's assume that we start today. We can start project today. So it is equal to today. And we'll fill out the dates, the start dates and end dates of each task. So this is equal to array formula, start date plus the start day. And we're good on this. We'll correct this. If so if A2 to A10 equals empty, then it's empty. Now it's cleaned. We do the same thing with the end date for each task. Use array formula, starting project start date plus the end date. Enter. And we correct this. So if so the ID is empty, then it's empty. Enter. Now it's corrected. And the next thing we'll do is white this out. Suppose I would like to add three more projects. And because I'm adding more, so all I have to do is insert row. As I insert the row, this also updates to the size of your project. Likewise, the same thing with this. Also, now we assume we have 200 man hours for this, 300 man hours for this one, and 400 man hours for this. Again, we'll just use the 1 man per shift and 1 shift per day. Now we'll copy the formula. So task 4 follows task 3, and task 5 follows task 4, and task 6 follows task 5. And we copy this and paste. So our project ends September 8th, 2021. And like to continue again. So what we can do is white this out and white this out. and all I have to do is drag this downwards whenever I add to my project. I just add this downwards. So add this downwards. Suppose I'd like to add three more. So I have this added. And let's assume I need 200 man hours for this task, 500 man hours for this task, and 300 man hours for this task. So this task follows task 6, and task 8 follows task 7, and task 9 follows task 8. And again, we just use the 1 man per shift, and there are only one shift per day. So here we copy and paste. So our project ends January 11, 2022. Suppose I want to start task 5 today. So this task 5 should start today. All I need to do is the predecessor will be task 5 itself. Now we copy and paste. Now our project is expected to complete July 2021. Suppose I want this project, task 3, to begin after task 8, task 7. So this task 3 to begin at task 7. I can still do that, let's say. Then copy and paste. So task 3 follows task 7. Suppose I want to reduce this task 8 by adding more men, so to do the job. Let's say I'll add 3 men to do the job. Then copy and paste. Suppose I'll reduce this task 1 by adding 2 shifts for task 1. Then copy and paste. You'll notice task 3 skips task 2 because it's following task 7. Suppose I will change this to task 6 to I shorten this by adding 2 shifts and I'll hire 4 men to do the task per shift. Then copy and paste. So this completes the use of COUNTA and the use of array formula and the if statement. The ifs statement and the index to prepare the expandable Gantt chart for lean and just-in-time production.